And this is pound for pound boxing.
The voice of a new generation.
We pull back, no punches.
Fight predictions of the month of January.
And we're back on the scene, guys. We're back. It's 2008, and we're ready to roll. And we're going to talk about the predictions for the beginning part of January from now to the 15th. So let's get in because we got a lot to talk about. First fight, Brian Viloria versus Jose Garcia Bernal for the super flyweight.
You know, there's a comeback fight for Brian. He's lost a couple fights in his... You know, he's a rising star. He was a prospect, and he got a couple losses in there. I think they hurried him up a little bit in his career. But now this is time for the Hawaiian Punch to get his career back on track. And he's come out with a solid win. I'm rolling with the Hawaiian Punch.
I agree, too, but Jose Garcia Bernal is no punk. Should be a good fight. Watch out for it. And Brian Viloria, I see by decision. Allan Green versus Rubin Williams in the super middleweights.
Very intriguing fight. Could be a crossroads for the both of them. I think that Allan Green, for me, I think Allan Green takes it with a knockout, but he needs to be on his toes. I don't know what happened against the Edison Miranda fight where he was looking at his feet, whether he had bad footing, whatever it was. Don't do it in this fight. Stay on top of the man and do what you did against Jadon Covington. Just jump all over him.
I'm going to have to disagree with you. Now, it's Rubin Williams. I think a lot of people are sleeping on Rubin Williams, and I think he's going to prove a lot of naysayers wrong and show them that he is legitimate in the weight class and he can move on to better things. So I'm rolling with Rubin Williams by decision or by late KO. Zahir Raheem versus Francisco Dominguez for the super featherweights.
Zahir Raheem is a cat who has very good skills. He's very fast, and you know he's got a good win with Erik Morales underneath his belt. Not the greatest win. He wasn't too impressive, but he did what he had to do. He's one of these guys that
he's a sleeper. He's a sleeper to both of us. Let's put it this way: he's a sleeper. You talk a big game. I mean, I read your interview talking a big game. I was impressive. I was great. I was good. Blah, 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 blah. Put your money where your mouth is and show us in this fight and bring believers to you. I believe you're going to win, and that's about as much as you're going to get from me. Moving along. Anthony Peterson and Lamont Peterson are fighting, and boy, do I love these two brothers.
Well, I love these kids, man. I mean, they're young, hot prospects. They're not even prospects. They're hot prospects. I'm going to give them hot prospects. Bro, Anthony Peterson, I think he's going to do another KO. Very stellar. And Lamont Peterson, he's going to outbox this kid. But Lamont Peterson does have a tough cat in front of him. Go ahead and take it.
I agree. Lamont Peterson has a hot prospect in him. Not prospect, but a hot opponent in Antonio Mesquita. But I agree with him. I mean, they both hot. They hot. And I think they both should win. Again, Anthony Peterson by knockout and Lamont Peterson by decision. Moving along, we got the showcase for Paulie Malignaggi versus Herman. I can't even pronounce his last name. And Ngoudjo. There we go.
Listen, Paulie Malignaggi is gonna have too much speed, too much skill, too much of everything, and I don't think Herman Ngoudjo. As far Herman, he's got good pop. He's a powerful kid.
He's got good pop. Let's put it this way: Cotto hit Paulie with everything he could and couldn't knock him out. And Cotto's a very good deep power puncher. And Paulie took everything he got at 147. Was it? No, they fought at 140. They fought at 140. He took everything he got. I don't think Herman Ndou, whatever, is gonna have enough pop to hurt him. Look for Paulie for a decision.
Definitely decision. He's got my respect. I'm gonna roll with the Brooklyn kid.
Now, Glen Johnson versus Mike Culbert.
I'm gonna go with the Road Warrior in this one. Road Warrior, I wish he would be more active. I would love to see him fight more often. He's got a lot of fights out there.
I agree. You got Bernard Hopkins. You got Chad Dawson. You got Joe Calzaghe. It'd be great fights. Any of these would be good fights for you. I like to see you. Even Adrian Diacono would be a decent fight for him. So hopefully, maybe in 08 you can make things move, and we're looking out for you. Chazz Witherspoon versus Kendrick Releford.
I'm gonna roll with the pedigree. I'm gonna go with Witherspoon. Why not?
I agree. I go for Witherspoon. Should be a good little test for him. I see KO. Moving in, Yuriorkis Gamboa versus Freddie Norwood. This is definitely a test. Gamboa, he's coming up in his career, and you got Freddie Norwood, the nice veteran in the game. This is a real hard one to pick, so I'm gonna let you pick it first, and then I'm gonna go after you.
Yeah, this is definitely one of these fights. You can make or break Gamboa. Okay, Gamboa's gonna be a rising star. He's a hot prospect as well from Cuba. He's fighting out there in the Eastern European bloc or Western European bloc, whatever. So be it. But you know what? I think I'm going to go with youth over experience in this fight. I think Freddie Norwood is on the decline of his career, but don't sleep on Norwood because this guy, he's a veteran. He's only lost 2 fights. And in Gamboa, we're going to know if you're made of, if you're man of mice. You know what I'm saying? You're the man or the mice. And right here, this is the true test for you.
I agree. I'm going with the youth in this fight, and that's in Gamboa. But definitely can't sleep on Freddie Norwood. It's a tough one to pick, but I'm just going with youth on this one. Lovemore Ndou versus Rafael Ortiz, bro. This is a gimme fight for you. This is just on the other card of Paulie Malignaggi, so that y'all can somehow form some kind of spark for a rematch that you had a clause for. I don't see the rematch because in the first one I didn't see you have any kind of thing, anything that showed that you needed a rematch.
I agree.
I think that you got blown out in the first fight, so why the hell is there gonna be a second one?
Well, the reason why is because there was a rematch clause.
I know that. Come on, knowledge.
Malignaggi, let's say it this way. Malignaggi says, hey, why do I need to give this cat? Let me tell you something. Lovemore Ndou, you want that fight back? You want the rematch clause back? You got to look stellar in this fight. This is a gimme fight.
We talked enough about you, Lovemore. Let's move it on. Edison Miranda versus David Banks.
Edison Miranda, how can you go wrong with Edison Miranda? You know, he's a train. He's just a
power punching. It's great. When you see him fight, you expected a knockout, and guess what? Everyone loves the knockout. Edison Miranda by KO.
Wrecking ball.
Jean Pascal versus Omar Pittman in super middleweights.
Yeah, I know Jean Pascal.
He's calling out Edison, going to Puerto Rico, going where he should. Well, guess what? Now you got Edison going to where you're at in Canada, looking for a fight with you. So you better not sleep on him. Now, if y'all both win, hopefully y'all can face each other. See who the better man is, and then move on to bigger things at the super middleweight division. And now Sergio Mora versus Rito Ruvalcaba.
I'm going to go with the Latin snake in this one. I think he's going to be too slick for this cat. He's going to outbox him in 12 rounds. I don't see a knockout, but I see outboxing for 12
Definitely. And Rito Ruvalcaba, though, don't sleep on him. I mean, the only bad thing with him is that he hasn't been active in 4 years. But other than that, I mean, this dude is a power puncher and won a lot of fights by power. So Sergio definitely has to clear his, this is going to be a good test for his whiskers and see if he can stand in there with a power puncher. But I'm hoping Sergio Mora wins by decision. I like Sergio. I just like to see him more active. So hopefully 2 or 3, about 3 to 4 fights a year, you be good with me and we can, make people believers of you.
Definitely right now. Sergio, if you sleep on this cat, he'll check your chin real quick. So.
In the news of the day, big fights that are getting made. We got David Haye versus Enzo Maccarinelli.
Wow, the UK is gonna finally try to go ahead and get this whole the cruiserweight showdown between the UK and the UK fans are gonna love this fight, but I see David Haye taking it.
I don't know, man. If this is another pick'em, I'm not gonna pick who's gonna win right now. But David Haye is moving down in weight, or he's having problems making his weight class. So, and Enzo's just been there. He's chilling and he's been doing what he's got to do, knocking out his people. So I'm gonna reserve my comment for later on who's gonna win. But late breaking news, and y'all know if y'all didn't know, now you know.
Definitely.
And keeping you in the know. The other big fight that just got made, Cat Cities versus Dia, was turned down by Don King. But then you got another good fight. Now you got 2 great fights in Cat Cities versus Casamayor. I can't wait so that somebody can shut the hell out of Casamayor, the Ring magazine, and all y'all suckers that don't believe. And Juan Diaz versus Nate Campbell, another great fight. 2 great fights out of a bad, deal for Golden Boy versus Don King.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's going to be a great showing. Nate Campbell is a good, humble kid. We actually met Nate Campbell when he fought here in Savannah years ago. Nate Campbell, just a stellar kid. He definitely got some power. He's got some skills. He started late in his career, around 26, 27 years old when he started fighting, but he's a tough cat. And Juan Diaz, what can I say about the baby bull? He's just that, the baby bull.
Yeah, definitely. So these are just 3 great fights that are coming out in 08. So you're already seeing that we're looking into good things in the future.
Definitely.
You guys, we're first going to say Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's.
Thanks to all you guys that gave us shout-outs on the Christmas. Happy New Year shout-outs. Blood Advocate, we watching you, baby. Appreciate the shout-out. Hopefully it's going to be a great year for boxing as it was in 07. We're just going to continue it into 08. We wish you and your family many blessings in 08. And hopefully 08 will be great. And if you haven't already subscribed to the show, you see the orange button. Click it. You got any questions for us? P4P mail at yahoo.com. or check us out in the comment section. He goes by P4P Knowledge. I go by P4P Don P. Just ask us in our emails if you want something asked specifically by one of us. And this is Pound for Pound Boxing, the voice of the new generation. When we pull back, no punches.
Like I printed, I don't need a receipt. I'm nothing like them niggas. See, my boys gon' eat. Them niggas clowns. They just a voice on a beat show. They ask around. See, I'm the new voice of the street.